A few years ago, I walked into a meeting convinced I had the answer. I didn't. And admitting that out loud in front of my team changed everything. Welcome back to Amit's Leadership Compass. This is episode 5. And today I want to talk about why that moment matters and what water, yes, water, can teach us about leadership. This week, I watched Raymond Tang's TED Talk, Be Humble, and other lessons from the philosophy of water. And it brought a fresh sense of clarity into my own thinking. If you've ever felt the pressure of modern leadership, the intensity of expectations, or the weight of constant decision making, this message will resonate immediately. So let's dive straight in. So what were my key takeaways? First one was humility and the strength of staying low. Tang draws on the Tao Te Ching's description of water placing itself in low positions. It doesn't need recognition, yet it supports everything around it. This reframes humility as an active choice, not a weakness. When leaders admit, I don't know, I want to learn, and I need your help, they create trust, safety, and genuine collaboration. Humility is one of my non-negotiable behaviours. For those who follow me on LinkedIn, you'll have seen me repost Stephen Bartlett's story about Sir Alex Ferguson and how humility in his players was essential to him. As per my intro, the biggest mindset shift in my leadership journey has been admitting that I don't know the answer. In my early years, I always felt that I needed to know everything, which is impossible, and that not knowing was a sign of weakness. But as my environment changed and I've been blessed to work with inspirational leaders who have an infinite mindset, just like Imran Hakim, so has my thinking. Now, I'm completely comfortable saying I don't know, but rather than leaving it there, the question becomes, is there anyone within my team who does know? And if there isn't, then how can we work together to work this out? Leadership insight 2, harmony. Flowing around obstacles, not fighting them. Water doesn't argue with barriers, it finds its path. Tang uses this to highlight the difference between forceful leadership and adaptive leadership. The wisest move isn't pushing harder, it's stepping back, reassessing the landscape, and working with the environment you're in. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I was pushing hard for a process change that I genuinely believe would improve efficiency within the teams. I faced some resistance. The natural instinct is to double down to convince the team that I was right, but I paused. I asked myself, what am I not seeing here? And following some discussions, it turned out that they weren't resisting the idea, they were just concerned about the timing and capacity. And once I understood this, we adjusted the rollout time, brought them into the planning, and the change landed smoothly. Harmony isn't passive, it's strategic. It brings clarity, reduces unnecessary conflict, and keeps teams moving forward without burning out. As I discussed in my last episode when reflecting on Billy Billingham's journey, when you control your inner state, you control the situation. As the famous saying goes, it's not the speed of travel, it's the direction of travel that's important. Leadership insight 3, openness. Adapting without losing your essence. Water changes shape depending on where it is, yet it remains water. Tang uses this as a symbol of openness, willing to learn, unlearn, and evolve. Leadership requires the same flexibility, new ideas, fresh input, better ways of working. Whenever new ideas, systems, or processes are brought to my teams, I always have the caveat that this is version 1. And here's how I frame it with my team. So version 1, we launch with humility. This is our best thinking today, not the final answer. Version 2, we adapt based on what we learn in real time. And finally, version 3, we refine it together. But as a team, that may not be it. It's always important that we do kind of look back and see how we can improve anything that we do, because nothing is ever set in stone. We must constantly review and adapt based on our learned experience. Openness keeps us relevant, keeps us grounded, and keeps us connected to the people that we lead. This TED Talk intersected beautifully with my own leadership journey, and honestly, All three principles: humility, harmony, and openness. Humility isn't about proving capability, it's about creating space where others feel confident to step forward. Harmony is not about avoiding conflict, it's about navigating with intent. And openness isn't about abandoning your values, it's about evolving while staying true to who you are. So that's my thoughts from my leadership lessons of this week. I'd love to hear from you. Can you think of a moment this week where you pushed hard against something and it didn't work? What would flowing around it have looked like instead? Or maybe you've had your own moment of admitting, I don't know, that changed everything. Share your story in the comments below so that we can continue to learn from each other. I hope you found some value in today's episode. Make sure you hit subscribe, give the video a like, and share it with someone who might benefit. And if you want to dive deeper, check out Raymond Tang's TED Talk. It's well worth the watch. It's only 10 minutes long. Link to the talk will be in the comments. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep navigating your leadership compass.